is here.
Good morning. Excuse me, got a little frog in my throat. Good morning, my AKAPADers. What a busy time. Everything is all over the place again. But we're drawing. We're kicking butt, being highly productive. We're all over the place. But the focus in the mornings and times like this is always the sketchbook. So recently, we cleared out this Avengers one, a lot of Avengers portraits, based on the 30th anniversary of the Avengers. That was a poster drawn by the great George Perez. Today, our subject will be working on Street Fighter Alpha. I know it says Street Fighter 2 in the description, but you can't say I'm drawing Street Fighter Alpha. You have to say I'm drawing Street Fighter 2. Going to be working on that, and this is a true multimedia sketchbook. We're doing everything we can to get the effects that we want. What slows me down is references for sketchbooks. And previously, and yes, I know these are all pre-recorded, but this Transformers sketchbook, I've been struggling with this one for quite some time, but this is reference heavy. Everything's a rhythm. It's taken me a little bit too long to get used to drawing Transformers. It takes time. It takes a lot of patience. So we're going to work on Birdie today. If you're not familiar with Birdie, let me show him off. Oh, don't mind that. That's just my phone being loud. Let me show you Birdie from Street Fighter. Hey guys, good morning. Get yourself some coffee. Help me out here. Alpha Birdie. And Birdie goes back to the original game. Like Street Fighter 0, Street Fighter 1, but there he is. Very wild design. And we Americanize things along the way. We add our own little spins, our little doodads, or little dabble, a dabble of originality of AKAPAD. That's what gets into these books. And Birdie he's got like a weird mustache. He's got weird facial hair, and I'm not having luck getting it. Let's see. See, sometimes if there's like a toy. Okay, like right there. So he's got like a mustache. I didn't realize he had chin hair also. Everything's referenced. I feel I would be even faster than I already am. See, like here he doesn't have the chin. We'll just stick to a little bit of what we have that we know. Good morning now, everyone. Anyone that's hanging out, thank you. I know it takes effort just to tune in, and I appreciate it. There he is. There was a lot of this sketchbook. I just wanted things to feel just like very energetic. And the reason for that is, like I really do. I have a arcade one up. I bought the Street Fighter like as soon as that was available. As long as it had Street Fighter Turbo, it was like, oh, that's going to be a purchase. Like I need that. And I've had it for years, and I still play. I still practice. I still have issues with getting the Dragon Ball punch off. And some people can do it. Some people are so skilled with the moves. But I remember I would get dropped off at the arcade. My father would just drop me off, which is kind of weird because the arcades that we had, there was none in the local mall at the time. So you would just be by yourself in the building, and there may not have been a lot around that building. You just might kind of be in the middle of nowhere. But you would make that. You would just kind of, any responsible parent would first tell you no, and any irresponsible teenager or kid would argue against that, not realizing that maybe it's not a great environment. But I went through that. I would do that with nothing but the hope of practicing and getting better with this game. And I would still say, I think I can beat more of the average player, but I'm not no way am I anywhere near someone that's natural with this game, or kind of had the hand-eye coordination to pick up the moves, to learn them, and to get something out of it. And I don't want to say it's not like I'm not a fan of Street Fighter Alpha. I'm just not. The character, some of the character designs, they work. They kind of meld. But Birdie's not one of them. I say Rolando. He's a military guy. He's in here. We did attack him. Some of them, but not many. And then there's really no there's no cohesive story for this franchise. There's just not. It's not the Mortal Kombat. In my eyes, Mortal Kombat has that title. Just when it comes to how nice that story is going on, I guess all the way into Mortal Kombat 1, which is really 11, I think. But I love that they rebooted the whole franchise and they called it 1. I just think that's such a, again, just making a bet with the story and just saying this is where we are now. This is the narrative, and we love you, but you got to deal with it. And part of the difficulty here, working with the alpha characters, is I'm not 100% familiar with all of their moves, their environments. I love that Birdie. The Birdie seems to be in a public bathroom in a bad part of the town. Really cool stuff. But yeah, we're just hanging out here in the morning, waking up and drawing. That's our boy. So he's got this chain, right? Like I know one of his moves is he can grab you with the chain and kind of like he throws you like back and forth like that, just slams you to the ground. But I wanted to do like an animate chain, just with the chain just in like straight up motion. But then I also wanted to draw his like just giant chunky hands. And now like I lost some of this right here. And I kind of just wanted the chain to be just like, seems like it's just like moving through his hand. But then to kind of, once this is colored, to maybe have this be like white out a little bit. I don't know. Like, I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what I wanted to do. Let's just ink it. Who cares? This is one of the few times the warping of the paper helps. Because it gives you a little bit more of that texture for the motion lines. And then once this is colored, see if you guys can see that. It already looks like what I wanted. Just things to kind of feel like a little bit more in motion. Right here. And then like you could tell that the chain is a component to the playability of the character. And again, yes, make big decisions when you're figuring things out. Make decisions, pick a direction, go with it. Don't look back. Only look back if it looks like crap. And I don't know where my scratch pad is. Where the heck's my scratch pad? It seems like the more time I spend here at the drawing table, the more time I spend at the drawing table is the more time I look for my scratch pad. Because I'm always moving it. Let's see, but it's probably right here. Underneath a big stack, of course. Right here. I just love how that paper comes through. It really makes things just come to life. Let's see what we can do, like maybe like a little, get a little bit ballsy with these orange highlights here. Then I've just put like a subtle, maybe even, is this the orange? Oh my God, there's so many different color. Like, isn't it crazy? Both of these tips are orange. Can you guys see that? And you got denim. I do like that he is, yeah, he's almost like all blue. I do like when these guys have very like easy to follow, simple colors. I think some of that is the game designer side of it, where again you tag things, you make them noticeable, you make them, so you can identify them from across the way, from across the room. Like if you're grabbing a soda, and you can kind of see what characters people are playing with, and you're across the arcade. But see, even here, see, I didn't draw it right because he's got these like fins on his vest. But I drew through it, said whatever. I think the marker side helps it. It fits. It fits with a little bit of that messiness. So I was going to use the whiteout, but I might just use acrylic. And I found this. I was looking for this brush like a while ago. Yeah, and let's get into that yellow hair. This is where it pays to know the material. This is what they call this is the craftsmanship side. Like, spend the time and learn about what's in your hand. Learn about what you're applying your material down on. We don't get that. I mean, even if it's digital, though, like even if you're on a tablet, you're on an iPad or a Wacom or a Cintiq. That's our boy. Deadly dude. Now, I can go through YouTube and see any like Justin Wong. Justin Wong does these videos where it'll be like just him getting trashed by like the greatest Ken in the world or like something like that. And his commentary is just really good though. He's probably the best Street Fighter commentator. But I haven't done like a deep dive onto Birdie yet. So I don't know like how deadly he is when someone is like when they excel with Birdie, when they're extra good with him. I don't know. But you kind of want to say like anyone that's a top level player, like any character can just decimate any character. Like that's it. And some of these guys find they find a way to use the character, and that's where it's just fascinating. Where like when they play with the distance, they play with the strike zones, they kind of know like what pixels to target. But AKAPAD, I'm happy with this, and I was a little bit paranoid about what the idea was. So next up, though, we would have the wrestling girl. I don't know her name. And then we have the sensei, the trainer of Ryu. I don't know his name. This is Pseudo. No, not Pseudo. Solemn. Gollum. Oh my god, I forget his name. The guy with the samurai mask. Charlie. But we're getting there. And I'm very happy with this sketchbook. I think we just have so many different interesting ways to showcase these characters at this point. Very, very exciting stuff. So, all right, AKAPADers, let me get going. A little bit of an early one, but even if I wasn't traveling, even if this wasn't pre-recorded, I would still target 1 hour-ish regardless. So thank you, AKAPADers. Love you guys.